Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market cap just over 300 billion. Bitcoin sitting over 8,000. Last week we have been seeing just more of higher highs. We're starting to see the bears get kicked. A lot of people are saying, yeah, the ETF is helping. It's very difficult and it's very dangerous to just try to paint what it is. Yeah, of course, it could be the ETF, but it could, pretty much if you were to put a poll and you were to say, is Bitcoin eventually going to get an ETF? I'm pretty sure most people would say yes. So the consensus already is that we're going to get an ETF. So is it just now that we're getting closer? Yeah, usually, we had the series last year with the mainnet launches. Anytime something got close to mainnet, it would pump. So people tend to want to put it in at the last minute where they can keep their money in the quickest amount of time or the shortest amount of time while still getting gains. So we could be seeing that. In my opinion, what I always ask myself is, I believe that Bitcoin is going to be worth more at this time next year than it is right now. And that's the way I think. I really don't care about anything else. I don't care about who's buying and why he's buying, because that's a full-time job and it's constantly needing to be refreshed. Just because you know why someone bought it last week doesn't mean you know it this week. So you have to have like a bunch of spies, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the intel. I delegate 99% of my research when it comes to price action, right? Because it's not worth my time to sift through haystacks for needles. But I do find it useful, so I do delegate some resources to it. But, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that's changed, right? If you just go listen to my videos for the last couple of months, I've been pretty much saying the same thing. We had the crazy epidemic of the upside down Bart Simpson heads, which was obvious manipulation in my eyes. Trying to accumulate. Manipulation to try to accumulate. They kept it right above mining cost, whoever was doing it. Not to just fuck up, because, if you get it too low, too fast, it can fuck up the ecosystem. Nobody wants that. If you're accumulating, the last thing you want to do is shit on the cake, right? If you want to keep everything nice and you just want to accumulate as much as possible, as quick as possible. And if you wanted a lot, to get it done in the 2 or 3 months that they were able to, and now we're just starting to, we can go right back down. It's very hard to tell, and it's out of our hands. The only thing that I really see is, you see countries, look at Iran. Iran's using and creating crypto to avoid sanctions. This is going to keep happening. What's going to happen is most of these underling countries, right, that are especially in trade wars getting hit by sanctions, they're going to start creating their own cryptos. And what's going to happen is it's not going to really have much value. People aren't really going to trust it because it's the same fiat, just now it's digital. It's even worse. They have way more control now. So what's going to happen is they're going to force you to pay taxes with that. But yet they're going to get all this shit money for their taxes, and they're not really going to have any place that they can spend it. They can't spend it outside of their country because everyone knows other countries, especially the big ones, aren't going to accept your shit dollar. And then you're stuck in a problem with, what, are you going to force your citizens to take it for food and military equipment? Like, it gets to a point where just because you can create a currency, just like you can create a fork off of Bitcoin, doesn't mean it's going to have any value. And people in every country, Iran, all these countries that are starting to do this, all they're doing is saying Bitcoin is more legit. Blockchain is more legit. Blockchain is the future. Bitcoin is the future. This is the future. And when more and more people start accepting Bitcoin for what it is, and the more it becomes this reserve currency, if it's the reserve currency of the crypto market, and the crypto market is a new cutting edge paradigm, then it can easily shift to the currency of the world if crypto was to really seep in like I believe it will. and if you're talking about the argument between Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, what's it going to be? I believe at this point, Bitcoin, like I said it months ago, Bitcoin is in a league of its own. Doesn't really matter if it doesn't work at this point. Like, gold is slow as shit. No one really cares. It's Bitcoin. It's the most secure. Even if it's more secure by 0.5 or 0.0001%, it doesn't matter. If you're going to be a reserve currency, you have to be the big dog. You can't be, I don't know, because people want to think that, I just think that if you think of Bitcoin like it just got shot into the stratosphere, and it's too far. It's away from gravity now. It's just going and gone. It's out of there. It's in a league of its own, in my opinion, when it comes to getting to the ETFs first. And yeah, I know other cryptocurrencies is going to seep into those ETFs. And these are just in my opinion, right? Like, I hold Bitcoin Cash. I hold Bitcoin. I hold Ethereum. I hold them all. I think Bitcoin Cash has thrown itself into the ring in a very cutthroat manner. I believe Bitcoin Cash has a very good chance of succeeding, though, because of all the money and all the power behind it. Hate or love Roger Ver, it doesn't matter. He's a multi-billionaire with the energy of an Energizer bunny, and he wakes up every day saying Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Cash every single day for the last, I don't know how long, right? He was doing it for Bitcoin. He believes Bitcoin Cash is more in the vision, whatever, right? I don't get into all fucking politics. I'm just saying, I look at what's behind it. SBI, billions and billions of dollars behind it. They have the people in place. I wouldn't count it out as being a cutthroat, going after the MasterCard, going after the Visa, the PayPal, the payment networks, right? And I understand, I listen to both arguments. I understand how people say, well, Bitcoin Cash is a store of value. You won't need Bitcoin. But humans are funny. Humans are funny, right? I've learned that. It doesn't have to make sense. Fiat dollars doesn't make sense. Wars don't make sense. Why people are starving all over the world, while people like McDonald's are throwing away tons and tons of food every year. None of this makes sense. Humans are fucking crazy if you haven't figured it out. Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. It can have $1,000 transaction fees, be slow as shit. It's already in the stratosphere. In my opinion, it's like it's whatever you want to call it. It's fugazi. It's in. Right, so I just think it has such a far reach. And I'm not saying Bitcoin's broken. I fully believe, people are saying, there's like a 1% chance to get anything over $200 in a Lightning Network transfer. It's like, man, we're taking baby steps, and Lightning might not even be the way. I just think that people are too close-minded with what's in front of them. It's like, and within 5 years, especially since Bitcoin has this leeway, right? Like, if it's just to keep on going up, it has time, right? And the more expensive it gets, the more network it gets, the stronger it gets. It just becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy. So I just believe, trust me, I've chilled in both camps. Like, I've listened to Bitcoin Cash, I've listened to Bitcoin, I've heard it all. That's my opinion. And then people don't think EOS can work, but EOS is different because you only need 21 block producers. That's why we're starting to get into these crazy, like, you're going to have like this big backbone, decentralized. That's why I believe it has to be something like Bitcoin, and Ethereum is going to be right there with it. And then you're going to have these other blockchains that don't need as much hash power. Like, if you only have 21 nodes, you have all the hash power you need, right? You don't need to get millions of people to adopt it, to download and contribute to the hash rate. So you're going to start to see different blockchains like that. And it's going to be an open vote. It's going to be, who do you trust? Who do you believe is going to bring the most value to that blockchain? And it's not going to be governments. I'm sorry to say, but governments are kind of out of there in terms of this adoption. You see them frantically trying to create their fiat valued backed cryptos, but those are just going to fail. And each one that does it makes Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the ones that survive, that much stronger. It is definitely Darwinism. Like, it's for survival of the fittest out here. The strongest will survive, and Bitcoin has been in the wild with arrows in its back. Bitcoin's like this giant ogre. It goes to sleep with an arrow in its back. It's so fucking strong and thick skin. It doesn't feel anything. The thing wakes up and it, pulls a knife out of its heel. Bitcoin is just, it's so out there when it comes to being bulletproof. So yeah, you can time markets. Hey, get with traders. It's 100% worth your time if you're not a professional trader to get with them if you want to time these markets. Like I said, I've been dollar cost averaging since I got into crypto. Yeah, I've taken big leaps. I've taken chances, right? I don't recommend anyone to do that unless their gut tells them to, right? I've done it because I'm a crazy motherfucker. I don't care. Like I said, if you have kids, you might not want to go broke. But at the time, I was going for broke. I was going for everything. I didn't really care where I would land. And doing my 60-40, you know, keeping a nice nest egg and trading 40% in 10% increments. Just watch my old trading videos. Going up and then buying it back on the dips has been really good. Like for wax, I've been taught a homeboy this, and he's been killing it on wax. You know, he's been buying it around 1,500 sats, selling it around 18, 19, and it's just been this steady wave of profit, right? Like, sell it, you know, buy it down here, sell a little bit on the way up. When it dips back down, buy a little bit more, sell a little bit. It's just active swing trading. That's all it is, because the markets act like the waves. These will go up and then Bitcoin will catch it. And then this will go up and then Bitcoin will catch it. And then this will go up and then it happens all the time. It's just where you can make money. If you notice coins that are doing this more than others, like Basic Attention Token back last year, oh my God, I made a killing off of that. But if you're talking about wax right now, it has that similar-esque, right, with the big heart, you know, just the waves that come in and out. A really good way to make a little bit extra coin. You know, if you're not where you want to be in this market, I would be married to it. I would be waking up every single day, doing my research every single day, just going after it. And if you don't feel like doing that, if it's like effort to you, then you probably want to find something else to do, because you're not going to survive. Each day gets harder and harder if you're talking about effort, if you're doing something you don't want to do. However, if it's effortless, then you can do it every day, no problem. You know, in my own life, what am I doing? Well, let me get back into this. I forgot to talk about this. Just a quick MasterCard CEO jabs cryptocurrencies again, right? And then look, MasterCard wins a patent for speeding up crypto payments. These people are going to bark, and life's not fair. They're going to talk shit, and then they're going to invest behind your back, just like what Jamie Dimon did. They're going to keep doing that. They're shameless. They don't care about you at all. They want an extra 0 or an extra % on their bank account, and to do that, they don't care how many people die. They don't care how many people stay in poverty. They really don't care. This guy's literally lying. He's probably has a lot of cryptocurrency. Look at this guy. He's trying to manipulate the market while winning a patent for cryptocurrency. In one thing he's saying it's junk, and the other he went and filed a patent to make it easier to use. There's snakes in the grass. You don't always have to listen to these people. It should be a clear sign, a clear indicator. Why? Because money isn't just given out for free. And these people who attack it, right? You do the opposite of what the herd does. These persons, you know, you're going to have all these people who have obvious motives. It's so obvious. It's so obvious when the CEO of MasterCard or the CEO of some big bank comes out and attacks cryptocurrency, and people actually listen to that. You should listen to it, and it should be motivation. If Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies weren't anything, this guy wouldn't be wasting his time. This guy wouldn't be on a panel being asked about it. He wouldn't be forced to talk about it if it was just a little insect. But yet it's so threatening to them, they actually have to try to manipulate it. That's another just very, very bullish sign for me. There's a lot of things I want to go over. Coinbase is now giving away gift cards. That's going to be huge, because any way you can spend it, cryptocurrency easier. Coinbase is really big. A lot of people use it. And if they say, hey, you can use this gift card at Arby's or wherever the fuck you want to use it, right? You can go at the mall and use it just like a credit card. Yeah, we know we have BitPay and all that, but people, you know, Coinbase already has everybody. BitPay is more for merchants. This is more for just, oh, wow, I can actually use my cryptocurrency. It's going to increase adoption. I think that was a very, very good move. Another one, Uber and E-Trade are launching a crypto-free exchange. It seems like everyone and their mother are creating exchanges nowadays. Is that not another bullish sign? They always say that during the gold rush, the people who sold the picks and axes always did the best. When you see a bunch of people setting up pick and axe stands outside of a shiny hole in the mountain, maybe there's some fucking gold in there. Maybe there's something of value. Why are these people setting up all these stands to sell goods for extracting value if there's no value? Keep asking yourself the questions. Don't look at the fucking price. The price doesn't matter right now. Just like the price didn't matter in January of last year when Bitcoin was 1,000 and ended up in 20,000. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We could jump another 1,000 just like we did. Did you think it was going to be 8,000 3 days ago? Who did? I mean, maybe somebody did. I'm not saying, I'm sure there's a lot of TA people out there that guessed it, but I'm just saying that anything can happen. Bitcoin could jump $3,000 in a night. It could drop $3,000 in a night. I know that's drastic, but anything is possible. When you live with that mindset, when anything's possible, yet have a positive outlook, not fairy tale, not backed by, oh, well, this is just my beliefs. This is hard, concrete facts out there that you can search, and they all are breadcrumbs leading to a wall that shows you everything that's fucking going on. And I just believe that this is the most bullish time. We could keep going lower, and it could stay low for 6 fucking months. It doesn't matter, because when this thing pops, this bubbling pot that Bitcoin is and crypto is, this bubbling pot is about to just shoot a hole through the roof. This pot lid's about to go through the roof when it finally does get a chance. And, it's hard to wrestle this. It's hard to wrestle this living 24/7 worldwide animal. It's very hard to manipulate it for long. And the more money, the more people that get involved, the more people that are using Coinbase gift cards in the future, the better this is going to be. I had a lot I wanted to talk about, but I guess that's what happens when you make a show a week. But I have a lot of material for next time, so I'm going to kill it here. Cheers. Peace.